Mr. Commander, what is your reaction? The massive turnout shows our victory is certain. We will protect the rights of the people and ensure that our state remains strong.
This chart shows the power balance in the Tamil Nadu Assembly over the last 60 years. For 6 decades, control swung between two traditional heavyweights, the DMK and AIAI-DMK. But in May 2026, that duopoly was interrupted by a first-time party that captured 108 seats. The architect of this upset did not come from a political dynasty or traditional government ranks. C. Joseph Vijay was an actor who walked away from a salary of 2 billion rupees per film to run for office. South India has a long history of screen idols making the jump to politics. However, Vijay's ascent relied heavily on a methodical, modern organizational infrastructure, rather than coasting entirely on cinematic charisma. By mobilizing an established fan base into a voting bloc, he proved that a highly organized pop culture network can dismantle deeply entrenched traditional party machines. Vijay's public life began as a heavily criticized teenage actor in 1984. Through the late 90s, he methodically captured the regional market with a string of highly successful romantic comedies and dramas. In 2003 and 2004, he executed a calculated pivot. With record-breaking box office releases like the hit action film Gilly, he officially transitioned into an untouchable mass-market action star. Over the next 2 decades, he turned out massive blockbusters that routinely grossed between 3 and 6 billion rupees. The scale of his cultural footprint dominated street-level real estate across the state. Every box office hit served as an exercise in accumulating the untouchable mass appeal that would eventually fuel his political ambitions. The groundwork for that ambition formalized in 2009 with the creation of his official fan club, the Vijay Mukkal Iyakam. The density of these crowds outside theaters proves the scale of his fandom. This network operated as a highly organized shadow political infrastructure, capable of converting the raw energy of moviegoers into a ground force that could be mobilized for social and political causes on command. He escalated his socio-political rhetoric slowly, moving from quietly directing his fans to support political alliances in 2011 to loudly and publicly opposing the National Citizenship Amendment Act in 2019, stepping firmly into the public political arena. Maintaining this dual public identity as an entertainer and organizer kept his political engine totally hidden. While media coverage focused on box office receipts and film rumors, his grassroots machinery quietly embedded itself into local districts, allowing him to build a voter base that was largely ignored by the rigorous vetting that targets emerging party leaders. The first clear test of this machine came during the 2022 local elections. Members of his fan club quietly contested and secured 115 seats, serving as a successful proof of concept. In February 2024, he made his move. Vijay announced the launch of a formal political party, the Tamil Vetri Kalagam, and confirmed his absolute retirement from cinema. This chart shows the 2026 assembly layout. TVK secured 108 seats, the largest party, but just short of an absolute majority. To form a government, he navigated tense negotiations, securing a coalition. Allied blocs stacked onto his base, pushing the total safely over the majority line. Forming this government required complex political maneuvering. By aligning with rival factions and securing outside support from veteran leftist parties, Vijay proved he could outplay establishment leaders at their own game. On May 10, 2026, he was sworn in as the 9th Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, finalizing his transition into the state's highest office and taking command of Fort St. George. His position relies on a fragile coalition. This stands in sharp contrast to historical actor-turned-politicians like M.G. Ramachandran, who ruled the state with absolute monolithic majorities. His early administration immediately faced severe real-world pressures. He navigated ongoing tax litigation, a tragic political rally stampede, and a highly public divorce. The carefully crafted invincibility of a movie star must now survive the unscripted, extreme vulnerabilities of executive governance. Vijay stepped away from the silver screen permanently at the apex of his earning power, trading a lucrative acting career for civic leadership. By erasing the line between pop culture fandom and political mobilization, he leveraged his audience to successfully execute one of the most surprising electoral victories in South Indian history.